Bobby Rush, member of Congress, said the other day, "I'm ashamed that I voted for the '94 crime bill." You ashamed of that bill?
Not at all. And in fact, I drafted the bill, as you remember.
I know that.
Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
You called out President Clinton for defending Secretary Clinton's use of the term super predator back in the 90s when she supported the crime bill. Why did you call him out?
Because it was a racist term and everybody knew it was a racist term.
No conscience.
It's a very well thought out crime bill that is both smart and tough.
No empathy.
Called black youth super predators in 1994. Please explain the record.
Because it was a racist term and everybody knew it was a racist term.
The fact that you even have to say Black Lives Matter lets you know how bad the problem is. People who don't understand the Black Lives Matter movement need to understand. When you feel that the government is against you, who's going to be with you?
Bill Clinton was giving a speech down in Philadelphia and had a bunch of Black Lives Matter protesters came in and tried to shout him down. And they're upset. They remember back in the 90s when Hillary Clinton, running for president now, talked about gang members as super predators and had used that kind of rhetoric to justify the notion of a lot of the tough crime policies that her husband and the Congress and all those people passed. You know, super predator, that's like the kind of stuff people used to say about the guys in NWA, right? And the culture that you guys represented. It seems crazy that we're still having this conversation in 2016.
To call your own citizens super predators is pretty harsh, and you know, and it's pretty big indictment. You know, it's just like the term thug or hoodlum. You know, it's just an easy brush to paint somebody with, and it's really not solving the problem. It's just making it worse because now you have, you know, the people or the authorities feel like, okay, now they're justified at how they treat these so-called super predators. And what is that? Who is that? I mean, specifically, who are you talking about? Because, you know, the thing back in the 80s, Daryl Gates and the LAPD, they did a war on gangs.
Right, sure.
But if I'm a black kid that's not in a gang and but I look like a gang member to this white officer, then it's a war on me. So that's the problem with a term like super predators. Right. And for some reason, the Democrats feel like they're exempt from these protests. Like, we're Democrats, why are you talking to us like this? Go talk to the Republicans. No, everybody's a little guilty of putting, you know, of turning their back or, you know, or passing bad legislation, and everybody should be called out on it.